YouTube? We are back with some more Matchplay commentary for you guys. I'm joined by the Brother Bear, the Highwayman himself, TJ.
Hear ye! Those who would dare to attack Dangmu shall know my wrath. If you don't know who Dangmu is, it is a cute baby little pygmy hippo from Thailand that is all over Twitter right now, and I think it's a her. I love her, and she's
very cute.
I would kill anyone for her.
Baby hippos are just really cute in general.
They are in general, but the pygmy hippo is the definition of adorable. Anyways, back to the video.
Anywho's, back to the video. We've got a few matches that were recorded over at my new place. Thank you again for helping us move.
Over at Benny's abode.
Benny's abode. Link in the video description down below. But we recorded some funsies matches for you guys, just to kind of get some more commentary up for you all. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. This particular matchup is myself on the left playing ShineGrey, going up against TJ, who's bringing his Virus Imperialist, which is always a spicy one to go up against. Definitely got some scary, well, not some. The Minomon egg was a really big support piece that we got.
It needed it, yeah.
And it makes it do some crazy things. So it should be a fun matchup to see. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Let us know what you think down in the comment section below. Before we hop into the round itself, if you like the video, like the content, we would appreciate it if you hit that like and subscribe button. We would greatly appreciate it. Also hit that bell so you're notified of when these videos go live. And if you're looking to become a member, instructions on how to do so will be down in the video description, along with our socials, which includes our Discord, Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff. The Discord, as a lot of you have joined recently, which has been awesome, is really the best place to find a lot of the deck lists or just interact with us and talk about what your builds are like. We're always happy to engage in the discussion. But enough jibber jabber from me. Let's hop right into the round over here.
So this is my... It's been a long time since I've played Red Purple Imperial. I haven't played Virus Imperial since... I think since like EX3. Honestly, sure. I haven't touched it since then. The Minomon egg is huge because it means our BT-17 Wormmon, which is phenomenal for the deck, can evo for free and doesn't have to evo for a cost of 1, which that's just a good streamline for speed already right there.
A lot of gas.
It also lets you like clear little low end bodies as well as put other cards in trash. Is very nice. So, but yeah, so we see me go ahead, go V in the back, play an Analog Youth.
I also have not played Shine in a little bit. I know I played it once in like a video that we had on the commentary sort of like palette a while back.
Yeah,
but I've been trying to dabble into it. Just like it does Shine things, your typical sort of DP reduction, OTK stuff. You end up playing out of Vmon just to kind of search and set up.
Yeah, right now we're both just kind of doing search consistency things, just trying to find pieces and get our board state set up a bit more.
Aguman Swings, a big guy, lives at 2k. I played a Marcus to use its ability to pop your little body, gain a memory, and then you just crimson me. Just fair.
Yeah, I was missing level 4s. I think I might have had a Shadra in hand, but over Vmon Evo for 3, so I would have passed turn. So I figured Crimson Blaze was just the better out there to just kind of slowing down some of the aggression. And I'm still just setup king. That's all I'm doing.
Yeah. And I'm, OTK decks like Shine, Mirage, they do take some time to set up. I'm doing my best to try to just get some chit damage in and start setting up. But I decide here to push up. I go into the Rise Grey from, I believe it's BT-13 to drop a Marcus from BT-12. And I get some poking in with the little Agu there. Does die to a Wormmon. And we just go ahead and go Shine. My thought process here was like, you know what? You're going to go to 3. Like, why waste a turn and just play like a trainer or a tamer and give you like more than 3 memory? Just go into Shine and then like kind of push for game next turn if you can't get rid of it.
Yeah. Makes sense.
So here you start to get a little crazy with it.
Yeah, I'm finally have enough to like try and string something together. I am unfortunately not seeing what I need to see still. I have everything else I need in hand and everything else I need in trash. The issue is I could not find any of the other level 4s for the deck.
Mm.
So the Wormmon gets played out. He should be suspended, by the way. I realized this issue after this game
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
I don't think it really ends up mattering at all, but he is there. And at this point, I'm just kind of stuck. I'm just trying to consider what I want to do. I think part of me was debating on just swinging.
Yeah.
I also was thinking about just hard evoing as well. I'm just checking trash to like make sure like I have. I'm just like I'm slowly coming to grips with the reality of I had everything I needed. I just needed to see another level 4.
Sure.
That wasn't Shadra.
I mean, it's also hard, right? I mean, this is a very combo reliant deck, so you're constantly making sure that you've got the right setup in trash versus hand, and like there's a lot of stuff popping off all at once.
Yeah, so I started stringing a bunch of stuff together to play Digimon and Evo for costs and just go nutty with it. Spitting out other free bodies.
Yeah. I decided to push up the Marcus. It's a little slight misplay here. We talked about this later on as the game progressed, but in theory, probably letting that swing with Marcus go through first to get 2 checks in and then burst moding off of the other Marcus probably was the better play. I got tunneled visioned into just trying to clear board, which, you know, like you could argue I just had game there, just go for it. But I used the Marcus to try to get rid of 2 bodies with my inheritables along with a Marcus suspension effect. And then we check with ShineGrey and we go ahead and play out another Marcus to pop your other little guy and kind of leave you with 1 guy out there. Yeah. Thinking it was possibly enough, but
it's still good. It's still very good.
Yeah.
I couldn't use Analog Youth at all because I think it was level 5 or higher.
Mm-hmm.
So I just go Vmon on the back. I think I finally just drew what I was missing, so I'm looking over plays and trying to figure out what I want to do here.
Yeah.
In hindsight, I'm realizing I think I should have. I guess it doesn't super matter actually.
So you drop a worm.
Yeah, we were clarifying whether that stayed as a tamer or not. That's what my head was doing.
You did your thing.
So Worm should be suspended, but it doesn't really matter right now. I think I'm finally seeing everything I need. So I'll go ahead. I Evo into Flamedraw for 2. Flamedraw, I'll choose to use the effect to DNA. I end up going ahead and DNAing into a Dino Bee, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm just double checking on my plays here. I do that. Draw for the Evo. I choose to play out a Paildra. Do not use the effect to swing with it. And then I go ahead and end of turn DNA into a Virus Dragon mode. On Evo, you would have to pick something, to survive, but nothing dies because you only have the 1 body on board. I'm able to Blitz, swing at the Shine, and then effective when attacking to gain plus 2 KDP, and then Evo into a fighter mode for its cost, so Evo for 2. And then fighter mode on Evo, I can go ahead and bounce the Dragon mode to bottom of deck to make it so that security effects of cards and security don't activate, and I swing for 3 checks, I think it was?
Yep.
Yeah. At 15k, and then that's it.
Fair enough.
And then it's just like, well, if you got it, you got it.
Yeah, and at that point I was missing a level 4, so I played out a training. Another thing that I realized I played out a Marcus last turn to get rid of another body, but I was also like, well, I did have a BT-12 Marcus in hand, so like, retrospectively speaking, if I had that guy out on board, I could have maybe done a little bit of like Warp Evo shenanigans, but here is just a little stuck because like, no matter what I do, I can't keep turn going into like my level 6 and then eventually burst moding, so I'm like, well, let's see what we can do. We can at least swing here. We'll go ahead and suspend a Tamer Office when attacking effect to gain 3k DP. Marcus will minus 3k and an additional 2k off of the Agu inheritable. And then I'll gain a memory.
Koro as well.
My hope was that he lived. But he dies.
Yeah, you hit a...
Because the hope would be he lives, go into like a ShineGrey and maybe do something. But I was like, well,
yeah, that
dream died.
And at this point, I think I was in a pretty good spot, so I just ended up swinging with Vmon and then going ahead and just swinging for game with that.
So you end up taking game 1.
Yeah, so
I think pretty good showing on your end though, like being able to like showcase what. Yeah, once you hit your stuff, you're able to kind of show what this deck can do, which is just like kind of wombo combo into your big guy, swing big checks, and you know, push
aside
that
from
aggression.
for getting the Shadra playing things suspended, I think it played pretty clean. The biggest thing, and it's always the issue that's had, right, where it's like it's a consistency issue, where it's just it's red and purple. They're two colors that don't super complement each other. It's usually at least not very well in regards to consistency. So, you know, it's when it sees this line and you're able to actually get things going, it's pretty nice, but until you get there, it can be pretty rough.
True. True. So you end up kicking off game 2 kind of with a similar start. Minamon into Vmon, and then you drop a Davis and Ken.
Yeah, figured the Daiken early. I opened it with the Vmon and the Daiken, and I was like, you know what, as long as I draw a rookie, I'm good. So as soon as I went to that Vmon, I drew, I think, the EX3 Worm, and I was like, all right, this is perfect.
Yeah.
And you're doing some similar search stuff.
And setup.
Yeah, which is pretty good. Setting me over to 1. I'm not anywhere near like set up enough to do anything, so I just start of main to play out the Worm. I'm able to add 1 card, trash 1 card, and then bottom deck the rest. I think, realizing it now, I believe I should have added the I think I add the I should have added the other Shadra, I think. At the time, now that I'm thinking about it.
You do play a Mist, so you trash your top 2 and then draw 1. And then I end up playing a Marcus, suspend, gain a memory, and pop the little guy.
At this point, I'm just debating what I want to do.
Yeah.
So I think I had, again, I'm just missing pieces. I have a Vmon in hand to try and do some more search. I was debating if I wanted to start of main, play it down. I think I was debating if I wanted to push up in general.
There you go.
I do go ahead and decide to push up.
The Worm.
Start of main, play the
Davis
Worm.
and Ken. Which will allow you to go into Shadra on top of Vmon for 1. Reduced cost. You're thinking about what's the next best play here, which...
I think I popped the Mist here. Yeah, I popped the Mist to go up to 3. Which I'll move. There you go. And then I EO for 2 into the other Shadra. Play the Wormmon, suspended from trash that I remember now. Top 3, and I whiff. So I grabbed the Flamejet to hand. I technically should have put the Wormmon to trash. Okay, cool. I remembered, and then put the Analog Youth to the bottom of the deck.
I think here you're like, well, go ahead and just swing, possibly.
Yeah. And I think at this point I'm realizing I should have... Maybe I probably should have swapped the... no, it still doesn't work super well either way. I'd just be at 0 memory instead of... right now.
It's tough. When you can't ping pong and kind of do what you want to do, you're kind of stuck like where you are right now, which is like, this like awkward spot of I can't really do much.
The only thing is that at least if I had... if I had the promo Shadra over that stack, I could use the Minamon Inheritable to pop the Agu on board.
Yeah.
But because I don't have, because it's not multicolored, I can't actually use the Mino's effect. So
right.
I end up just playing Analog Youth, finding a couple of pieces and calling it a day there.
I do push up here with the Geogray. Here, I'm thinking about a couple things. I do decide to just swing again with the Geo. I'll suspend the Marcus to -3 and pop a 2 Careless, and then use Core Effect to pop the Worm. This time, big guy...
Careless. And then the Koro...
Koro minuses 1k on the Worm, yeah.
Yeah.
He does end up living this time. And then we go into a Rise, and then subsequent, the new BT-17 ShineGrey, which lets me drop a Marcus. And gives itself a little bit of protection as well.
Yep. Start of main, Vmon effect, just to get some more search going. And at this point, I was feeling pretty okay, because I'm like, all right, that's not a very aggressive Shine. And I have a lot of pieces I need in trash. I just need to see the line to go through everything. The Daiken on board is good.
And you just drop another one.
Yeah, I think because they're gonna go to 3 anyways. I'm just like, you know what? I might as well be able to just hard play a bunch of rookies and get search going if I need it, just so I can try and be as consistent as possible next turn. Maybe even get 2 stacks going in some weird wild world if I have enough memory.
Yeah, we decide to push up the Marcus here. Pay the memory. You know, experimenting with some of the new BT-17 stuff in Shine, it's okay. You know, I still think the core of the deck is the same. You do get a little bit more, like, I guess, flexibility in terms of what you want to do. Here, I just burst mode with the Marcus and just go for game. Yeah,
that's pretty good. That's all you need to do.
And I think that's sort of the thing, right? It's like the new stuff is more of, I wouldn't necessarily say like control-y, but it's not like as aggro as like the old Shine stuff was.
It's not as aggro as the more I would say meta Shine stuff.
Right.
The old Shine stuff, if we're going like old OG Shine stuff, it actually is very similar to OG Shine stuff. If anything, it plays more in line with what that did.
Right. Which is utilizing your tamers, suspending them, and getting like huge DP reduction across the board.
Right, which while you're not doing that so much, you're basically just less aggressive and more control focused. But you do have better defense with the new Shine as well.
I think being able to keep it on board is pretty good.
They made BT-12 Shine so good, it's hard to replace him. Like DP reduction is still strong. Being able to minus 3k for each Marcus you have on board, and then also minus security that same amount. You give your Marcuses plus 3k DP and sec +1 while he's on the board. Like he does so much. He's so much value. That it's honestly hard to find a reason to want to run like too much else other than him.
Yeah.
But I will say I've kind of come full circle on it, and Jeremy's the one that really kind of opened my eyes to it. But the new Rise Gray is good. I think the new Rise Gray is just actually a pretty good card.
And then Shine Gray Ace, obviously the burst mode Ace is also a very solid card as well.
Yeah.
I do choose to do the cheeky 1 Evo off of that Agu in the back. And then we play out a training, and I'll pick up the Searcher Agu.
Yeah, from my end, I'm just trying to get some search going because I think I'm debating on just dropping a tie so I don't get choked, but I end up just going and dropping the missed memory boost just to set my trash up a bit more. Because in my mind, I think the better thing to do is like I play the ties when I need to play them to prevent the choke, but otherwise I think it's better for me to just use my turns to set up trash as much as possible.
Right.
So that I can get value as soon as possible.
We do go into the limited Geo Gray here. Its effect lets me play out the new BT-17 Marcus. On play, you can treat it as I believe it's a 3k Digimon with blocker, can't Digivolve. We crack the training to go into a Rise Gray. I believe if I'm evoing here, I gain a memory. I forget what I did exactly.
Yeah, I think.
Rise Gray. Sorry, Rise Gray. I suspend the Marcus.
Rise Gray on Evo suspend.
Gain the memory off the suspension, and then it gets plus 3k DP till the end of the turn. And then I went into a BT-13 Shine Gray. I think just to get into a level 6 was my thought process. And your board state's still kind of slim, so I'm like, might as well just get the guy out there. Marcus is a vulnerable 3k DP Digimon right now. But I was not too afraid of you.
About it.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. And the thing is, too, is now that Shine has a dedicated ace, I have to be super careful on my end. Because if you have the burst mode ace, it can just be curtains for me really easy. I think I'm just debating on just choking you to 1 and just trying to... I think I was almost just hoping you'd hit security a bit so I could get some value out of it. I ended up going ahead and just dropping the Vmon, just trying to set up trash a bit more, and then I play the tie just at your form. Like, you know what? I don't think you can OTK me right now. You don't have a BT-12 Marcus on board or anything like that. So just get my value now out of this turn that I can. Even if I give you a bunch of memory and you set up next turn, I can hopefully get value out of my next turn. We'll see how it happens.
Yeah.
That was the thought. But it's just hard.
I think here I think a couple things are going in my head. I'm like, well, I could be a little bit aggressive, like you said, and just kind of go chip into security, do a little bit of damage with things, but I ended up opting here really just to set up. I played out a BT-12 Marcus to help that Agu kind of warp up, and to add to that, I played out a training, which will let me also escalate pretty quickly. Thought was being like I can go straight into a level 5 for essentially like a 1 cost, which is not bad.
No, not at all. So my turn comes up. I think I was like, I need to make a Hail Mary play here because you are set up and like good to go with that body in the back. So I still have the VMon on board. I push up the worm. I'm checking trash to like see if this play will work. So I think I had a good idea for a line of play. I'm just clarifying your effects and everything else. I think there.
The inheritables.
Yeah.
All right. So we see a Flamedra.
Yep. Flamedra lets me evo into something from trash, which I go into the old Shadra, which I'm debating on going into the new one, but it has to go in for the cost. Or yeah. I think it's for the cost. It's been a minute. Literally just played the deck and I already forget things. Yeah, for the cost.
Yeah.
So I go Shadra for 2 because I was like, I don't want to pay 3 and go into the other Shadra, which I'm like, I realized like, if I would have done this other way around, maybe things would have been a bit smarter. I go ahead and go into Dino B. Dino B effect to play out the Paledra. I use the Russia attack to go ahead and swing. He ends up living, which I'm like, okay, cool. That's pretty good.
Big guy. All right, and then I think you're just kind of
I'm trying to see what I want to do. Yeah.
Stuff.
So crazy enough, I actually drew the Dragon Mode off of that miss because my issue was I was missing a Dragon Mode.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? Let's just play the miss and see if I actually hit it. And I actually managed to hit the Dragon Mode off playing that miss memory boost, which is crazy.
Part of the cards.
Yeah, you didn't have an ace. I gained +2 KDP. I did not have a fighter mode, unfortunately, so no other benefit there. But you know, it's still I think decent value off the turn. Getting 3 checks in is nothing to.
No, not at all. So I push up the little Agu here, and I think right now I'm trying to think about what the best way to just get rid of your stack is. But the scary thing is if I believe delete via effect, whether it's like DP reduction or just like straight up like deletion, you have partition in the stack, so you will be able to spit out bodies. I think the only way I can really clear board is through like straight up battle. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Right. Which, if you did that, I had retail, so even if you swung over me, whatever you swung over me with was also going to die. So that was kind of the nice thing to have set up there. Whatchamacallit? It's at this point that I was kind of wishing I had the other Shadramon and sources, because then I could have played a Vmon or a Wormmon out from my hand suspended without paying the cost. So at least that would have given me another body like out there that you would have to like answer instead of being able to push aggression as easily. Although I guess it doesn't super matter. With how much DP reduction you have, you can kind of go a little crazy with it. But we see you just setting up really well here. You already have a Burstmon on board. You have a ShineGreymon on board. You have your Marcus pushed up. Like, you are ready to go a bit crazy right now.
And my thought with burst moding and going into the Marcus, because as you'll see here shortly, I will just go ahead and swing with a body into your Imperial stack. So we'll trash top card of security. We'll retail with Marcus since they meet in DP. Recover 1, and then I have both ShineGreys now out on board.
And I was sad, boys, because you trashed an analog youth out of my you go ahead and evo into the new ShineGrey, which lets you play a Marcus down, and then you are chilling. So
I just wanted to find a way to like get rid of that new BT-17 Marcus, because honestly I think he's kind of like voodoo, and get like the memory setter Marcus out on board.
He's
okay. Like a one of is all right. He's just not great either.
So I'm checking trash right now, just seeing what I have in there compared to what I have in my hand. I'm trying to see, I think, if there's a way I could do something fancy. So I crack the boost, play the Worm. I think I should do a pretty cool play here. Worm will evo into the Shadra for reduced cost of 1. Shadra, an evo, lets me play out a Worm from trash suspended. And play out another BT-16 Worm, I believe. Not to get too far ahead of myself.
Vmon.
No, I played a Vmon for free. Okay, never mind. I remember what I did now. I think I was trying to find a fighter mode.
There's the...
No, yeah, I did do that. Okay. So I go ahead, play him, evo from trash for a reduced cost. Evo for 1. And then I'm able to DNA into something from my hand. So I go ahead and DNA into a Paledra. Paledra will let me play out the Dino B. And then I go ahead and DNA here. Tink. Yeah. With putting the down B on top. Go Dragon Mode. Force you to have to delete something. So you choose to keep that one on board and then use your protection to keep that one alive by bouncing the Tamer to hand. It's pretty good. Just pretty good.
I figured I would just bounce the BT-12 Marcus because I'm not really going to get much value out of him right now. And I'd rather have the memory setter. And then we do swing multiple checks. I suspend the Marcus to just pass turn over. And that's... Gotta do something this turn.
Yeah. And I was able to suspend both things, but unfortunately that does not matter when you know, my stack is what is, you know, I'm realizing now that if I would have swung with the Paildra, and I think that was probably would have been the better play actually, was risk swing with the Paildra just to try and do a check. Suspending both of your guys and then going into Dragon Mode, forcing you to do the protection, and then you know, just swinging into one of them.
But here what we ended up doing was we used this BT-13 starter main ShineGrey to push Marcus up as a Digimon. Can't Evo, but can still swing, and then we play the Agu out for 3 that allows Marcus to be treated, another Marcus to be treated as a Digimon, making both of them just sort of like bodies I can swing with. We swing with the one that's now suspended. We ended up checking and surviving. It was a Wormmon, and then we now burst mode with said Marcus to play him back out again. We'll go ahead and swing. A lot of effects to DP reduce will pop off. We pop one body, trash top card, swing with Marcus, and then go ahead and swing for game. Yeah,
you just go full nutty butter there.
Yeah.
Which is pretty good. But that's how it goes. Shine is able to just still do crazy OTK things. I couldn't. I think we even went through the rest of the deck there, and I think all my fighter modes were at the bottom of the deck.
They were clumped at the very
bottom. I think there was one I bottomed.
There was like 2 or 3
to the early, and then the other 2 were just right next to it. Yeah, it was bad. So I wasn't seeing my stuff to. I mean, not that it super matters. Really, it doesn't change too much. Aside from when I be deleted, I can spit out other bodies. That was the biggest thing. Which I just did not have the chance to. But it was still good games.
Good games, yeah. No, I think like we said earlier, pretty decent showcase of what Red Purple Imperial can do, with some pretty nutty combo plays and a lot of aggression that's packed into the deck itself. For those of you who are interested in the deck list, like I said, just check us out on Discord. TJ will be happy to share his list, and also we will link BBDudes. Shout out to you. Did get top 16 with Red Purple Imperial at Gen Con, so if you're looking to see what his list looks like, we'll drop the link to his video as well in the video description. And then, you know, talking about Shine, I mean, I think I like it a little bit more compared to its old OT, like pure OTK Shine.
You like it being more mid-range instead of just pure OTK.
Yeah. And I think the BT-17 stuff kind of adds to that just a little bit, which makes it a little bit more fun for me to play. So yeah, let us know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Thank you all for tuning in as always, and we'll catch ya on that flippy flip. Bye bye.
I love you, BB dude. You're my boy.
Oh.